Gary, thing number two, we're talking quantum computing. Might be the first time in my life I will be having a conversation about quantum computing, but that's all right. Thing number two, Gary, who will feel the wrath of quantum computing, banks or Bitcoin?
All right. So, for people who aren't so familiar with this, the computers that we all use, the regular standard computers, work on basically programs that like ones and zeros that will perform the same way every time. Quantum computers work across probability fields, and I know that sounds very confusing, but we're just going to sum it up and say these computers are capable of calculation speed that is beyond anything humanity has seen before. Um, this They are sort of a reality now. They're not commercially available at the moment, but I think within our lifetime, we are going to see quantum computing. And these computers have so much power, just way beyond anything we've seen before, that the concern is they will be capable of cracking any cryptography. And so, we've been getting a lot of discussions about this. Just, last month, people were saying we're going to have quantum computers, they're going to crack the Bitcoin codes, the Bitcoin cryptography. Within the last week, tech giants like Jensen Huang of NVDA, Mark Zuckerberg of Meta have said, yep, these computers will be terrific, but they're more than a decade away. Microsoft has said be quantum ready by 2025. So there's a lot of debate about when we're going to get these computers, but I think the thing to know is that at some point, all of our cryptography, all the things that we do and use to secure our accounts will be at risk.
Gary, so I think you mentioned it there. Is this a higher risk for Bitcoin assets, or does it kind of have the same inherent risk across different asset classes?
So this is one of those situations, Rob, where the public discussion I find kind of confusing and a little bit funny. Because Bitcoin is 100% a digital asset, people tend to focus on it. And there are a lot of people saying, wait a minute, once we get quantum computing, they'll crack the codes used for the blockchain. If you have a 24-word passcode to protect your Bitcoin cold wallet, they'll be able to crack that. And so people are acting like once we have quantum computing, Bitcoin is going to be blown up instantly. Okay, maybe, but there are two things that I would point out. One is, don't forget that when quantum computers are fully operational, they won't just be used to break encryption, they'll be used to secure encryption, right? It's not like once these computers are developed, that they send them out like to the Bond villains all over the world who say we're going to steal everybody's assets, right? The people who who design the cryptography, they'll have access to them too. And so the same quantum computers will be used to secure. But here's the more important thing, and this is what I find kind of funny. A lot of people say, "Oh no, quantum computing is coming, and we think Bitcoin is at risk." So now what I'm going to ask everybody to do is pretend that you're, one of those evil Bond villains. You're going to take over the world. You're going to steal all, right? Do what we want, or we'll steal all the world's money. So would you, as this Bond villain, take aim at the $2 trillion Bitcoin market? Or would you start with the $10 trillion of assets under management at BlackRock, the $14 trillion of assets being administered at Fidelity, the $7 trillion at the US Federal Reserve, the US Treasury market valued at tens of billions of dollars, and then proceed to the Bank of England, the EU Central Bank, and the Bank of Japan? Now, for clarity, I am not recommending that anybody steal from anyone or that anybody try to do any of this, but the point is that if quantum cryptography code breaking is used to be able to break into everybody's systems, there's no universe in where that's just a risk for Bitcoin. You'll have the cash, in your wallet, and if you own gold, you'll own your physical gold. But I think what people forget is that your money in your bank account and your brokerage account, it doesn't physically exist. It's ones and zeros in a computer system protected by traditional encryption and traditional cryptography. So basically, what I'm telling you is that in the event of this, it's not just Bitcoin at risk, it's everything at risk.